I'd say that the water-based paint so far hasn't worked out too well. We might have a run or two, and a few more than I thought I had originally. And I mean, I sanded it all down before I primed it, and it's gone rusty. So I have to sand it all down, but I can't sand it down until the paint dries. And I think because there's so much paint on it, and it's not the warmest in here, we're getting, it's taking too long to dry. It's everywhere. Yeah, I mean, the paint's sort of dry there. Yeah, it's a mess. It's like primer coat. I can sand it down. I suppose I've just got to set the gun up properly. It's throwing the paint out. I didn't realise how much it was throwing it out, but I do now. Hey, you live and learn. It's all part of the experience. It's going to be quite a bit of sanding, and oh my god, it's just running everywhere. There's so much paint in there. I might have to go and get a bucket and a cloth and see what I can wipe up. It's like I've just poured it all over it. It's not ideal, but it'll save me a lot of sanding. Yeah, there was puddles of paint. It was quite deep in places. So I've got, that's my second bucket I've used. I've given it a wipe down. I mean, some places it has stuck, and I've given it a bit of a rub where it gone rusting. It looks like that's like a splatter from the welding. Yeah, so I think I'll wait till it gets a bit drier. I'll put the heater back on, get it totally dry, then I can give it a good sand down. I might even have to use the mechanical sander on that. Just get it. I did sand it all down before. So maybe use that red primer all over the cage, sand it back down, start from bare. Because I don't want that reappearing. It looks awful. And it seems to be the longer it's on, the more it's getting. So we'll give it attempt number 2. I'll leave the heater on, let it get some heat into it. I'll leave on for an hour or so. And once it's got some heat, hopefully now there's not so many puddles. Because where it wasn't too thick, it has actually dried. I mixed the paint with 25% water, which might have been a problem. I'm sure the air pressure was wrong. The problem I had also is I've got an adjustable valve to go on the bottom of the gun, but I can't get to it because I can't get my car out of the garage, and it's in a box behind the car. So I set the compressor, which is in the other garage with a long tube coming here, and didn't change it. Whereas I would have tried different things. I think I need to spend a bit more time setting up. I was a bit keen to get some paint on it, and yeah, now it's gonna cost me. Maybe because it's taken so long to go off, it's just making the bare metal go a bit rusty. A bit of sanding. This has been a long evening. So I've sanded it all down. Now I'm going to put the rust remover, paint it in that, just to make sure there's no rust left in it. Let that dry and then put the red oxide primer on it rather than the water-based primer. And hopefully leave that a couple of days and make sure the rust doesn't come back. Then I can try again with the white paint. Right, I've done the rust remover. Even though I sanded it all off, it wasn't rust, it was just like a bit of surface rust. I think it's the amount of water in the paint that caused problems. I'm hoping I don't get any more come back again. So this paint is like an oil based, and it's called, I'm not going to touch it because I've just got paint all over it, anti-rust primer. So hopefully that should be that sorted out, and then I can learn how to paint with the water-based paint and put another coat on. Yeah, so I'm not quite as far forward as I thought I was the other day, but I've learnt a bit, and I've done a lot of sanding.